So today we're going to chat about East Gwillimbury. And like my other videos, what we're going to do is we're going to review the most current market stats that we have, which are for March 2021. We're going to compare that with what happened a year ago. And then we're also going to have a look at what happened a month ago in February 2021. So number of total homes sold in East Gwillimbury in March 2020 was 49, and that is across all home types. So that is inclusive of condos, semis, towns, links, detached, absolutely everything. 86 homes in February 2021, and 129 homes sold in March 21. So interestingly though, I mean, there's kind of three stats or sort of three numbers that I look at here. And so we have the number of sales, we have the new listings coming on the market, and we have the active listings. And so basically what it sort of amounts to is new listings minus sales equals active listings. So if we look at February 2021, there was active listings hanging around after the monthly sales had happened were 64, currently sitting at 115. So a lot more inventory sitting around, but still that very, very strong buyer demand. New listings coming on the market were 236 as compared to 140. So basically from February 2021 to March 21, 100 more homes came on the market, which is, not untypical for the time of year. Average sale price across all home types a year ago was 858,000. That rose in February 2021 to 1,165,000 and 1,182,000 in March 2021. I had said in some of my videos last month that we were sort of seeing some ceiling on that, and I'm not too big to admit that I'm wrong. And I thought maybe we were seeing a bit of a ceiling, but the market's still been very, very hot. I think there's a few things feeding it right now. There's definitely the work from home movement, the exodus out of the city, of course, record low interest rates, and with the recent pop in rates, there's obviously a number of buyers that have locked in rates, preferred rates, if you will, that want to get in before that 60, 90, 120 day window disappears on them. So there's a few things feeding that market. And, there is sort of the rumor in the media right now that there might be sort of an amendment to the buyer stress test, which is, of course, going to, kind of knock out the folks that are in the entry level part of the market. So, there's some things that are pushing and feeding the market right now. Sales to new listings ratio, also known as the absorption rate, it tells us that out of the homes coming on the market each month, what is the percentage that are actually selling? So a year ago, 47.6% of the homes coming on the market were selling, 61% back in February 2021, currently 54%. So typically when we see numbers in the 20s, 30s, 40s, typically that is more of what we would be indicative of maybe a buyer's market. Well, not even maybe. And when we get into the 50 to 60, we're in what we would call a balanced market. So that supply is meeting the demand. So currently sitting in 54.7. So we are in a balanced market per se, but there are some other factors feeding it, and we're seeing inventory levels still get gobbled up by the buyer demand out there. So months of inventory remaining tells us that if no other homes came on the market at the current rate of buying, how many months would it take to deplete the inventory completely? So a year ago, 2.5, 0.7, and that was back in February, currently sitting at 0.9. So again, if we refer back to the numbers up here, 100 more homes came on the market in March than came on the market in February. So of course we are seeing those inventory levels lift, which is typical for the time of year. And then with that, of course, the buyer demand is still very, very strong. So we're sitting with maybe roughly double the inventory hanging around in active listings right now. Sale price to list price ratio, a year ago selling just under asking at 99.5, 108% of asking, and in February, and currently trending at 110.7. And we are starting to see folks offer presentation dates not work out. We are starting to see offers being accepted on houses that are conditional on financing and home inspection. I suspect some of what you're seeing here, some of it is, homes priced under what the market is going to bear to show it to more people to cultivate those multiple offers. And other times, we're just seeing that the really nice houses tend to sell faster and for more money. So, this I find is always a subjective number. And of course, with average sale price too, it's one of those numbers where, some months you have more higher end houses that sell than more entry level houses that sell. So again, everything here I'm sharing is averaged out across all home types. So, it's going to vary depending on your home type. So days on market to get a home sold a year ago was 22, 12 in February, currently trending at 7. So East Gwillimbury, through this whole thing, if you've been watching my videos for the last 4 months, East Gwillimbury has been staying extremely strong. It's a very, very busy market, very sought after market. So what does this mean for buyers and sellers right now? For sellers out there, the market is still continuing strong. I was predicting, a month and a half ago, I was predicting we probably have 5 to 8 weeks of this market left. I would say at this point, the way we're seeing the absorption rate here, I think, the buyer demand is probably being met or very close to being met by the inventory coming out. So I'm not sure how much longer you have of this market, but you can still expect a very, very busy market. But it is worthwhile to, when you're speaking to your agent of choice, to come up with a couple strategies, because if you're going to hold offers and have an offer presentation day, it may or may not work out to your to what your satisfaction would be. For buyers out there, we are starting to see more inventory come on the market. There's a little bit more choice now. We are seeing offers accepted that have, again, home inspection, financing in them. Not everyone, but we are starting to see them. So it's sort of like, come up with a strategy when you find the one, right? So if you're thinking about making a change in 2021, I would love the opportunity to connect with you. You can feel free to reach out to me, shoot me a DM, or I will put a link for my calendar in the first comment box, or you can click the Learn More button and you can get directly on my calendar and we'll have a discovery call. I hope this helped. Have a great day. Feel free to reach out with any questions.